With Splint's Friends and Foes program,
You can call your friends all you want.
and we'll charge it to your foes.
It's that simple,
Whether it be your ex-wife or your boss, your abilities get paid for you.
By the people you hate the most. Give us a list of your friends and foes.
and we'll take care of the rest.
Splint, where you get revenge.
And savings at the same time.
Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going on a quest for truth together. Well, here we are again, friends, and it's Friday night, and everything's right for the weekend. Crazy clothes and anything goes on the weekend. Oh, yeah. Putting a dent in that big old weekend there. Well, welcome back to the Truth Quest, you Truth Questers, you out there questing for the truth. We always have to keep questing for the truth, because if we don't do it, who's going to do it? And if we don't save the world with memes and dad jokes, who will? See, it's our job. Memes and dad jokes. We're saving the world with memes and dad jokes. That's right. Every other day almost. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. All righty, Aphrodite. Well, let's go over to Chatlandia. And you can see some of the chats already going there, can't you now? And we're going to see who's out there chatting all over the place. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goonie. We got a full house here. And looks like it's Catherine Weiss. That's Weiss123. She's one of our Ultramods. She says, "Hi, Aaron." And then she says, "I'll be over on YouTube tonight." And then Kathy says, "Hi, Peggy." And then I said, "Hi, Kathy." Oh, yeah, I'm just going over the recent past here. And I said, "Okay." And then Kathy says hi over on YouTube, because she's over there now. So I said, "Hi, Kathy," over on YouTube. And then look who else is here. Another one of our Ultramods. It's Cap78 Pack. That's Peggy Dancer. She says, "Hello, Aaron." Weiss123, Kathy. Then I said, "Hi, Peggy." Hi, Peggy. Oh, and another Ultramod. Look at this. Dark Brain. "Hi, Aaron." Hi, Peggy. Nice to see you tonight. Good to see you too, buddy. And then Peggy Dancer says, "Hello, Dark Brain. Good to see you, brother. Too, brother." And it's Jay Buying. Good to see you again, buddy. Made it on time. Yeah, me too, for a change. Haha. Badoom pa. Thanks. Good to see you here. And Dark Brain says, "Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you tonight." And then Kathy says, "Hi, Aaron," over on YouTube. Oh, and look who else is here. Why, it's our longtime friend, Operation Shutdown. He says, "Because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious, and the paranormal is the new normal." Oh, and an alien head, too. That's awesome. Good to see you here today, Operation Shutdown. I got to say hi. We got to do the @ thing. Oh, up. Operation Shutdown, exclamation points. And I got to say hi over here too. Oh, and Skylark's there too. Hi, Dark Brain. Oh my goodness, and Dark Brain just gifted 1 subscription to Truth Quest with Aaron Moriarty. Oh my goodness. Thank you, buddy. I'm going to take a excuse me, screenshot of that so I can post it up on here. I'm not done going through this, though. Kathy says, "Hi, Jay Buying." And Jay Buying says, "Good evening, Aaron." Dark Brain says, hey, Op. Hey, JB. And then Kathy says, hi, Operation Shutdown. And look who else is here, Whites. Skylark74. Greetings, fellow Truth Questers. Excuse me. Did I say hi, Skylark, yet? Well, if I didn't, I'll say it again. I don't have, it's hard for me to type and talk at the same time. So I try not to do too much typing during the show here. Alrighty, well, where were we? Looks like Jay Buying says, howdy, Catherine. And then Dark Brain says, Skylar74, hello. And Mr. Lake City MX6PP says hi. Hi, Lake City. I'm not sure if you're a real person or not, so I'm going to wait a little bit on that. Operation Shutdown says, hello, Dark Brain. Hello, Kathy. And then Kathy says, hi, Dark Brain. Bless me. Oh, it looks like Dark Brain's over on YouTube, too. Oh, that's cool. And Cap78 Pack Picket Answer says, hello, Skylark74. Glad you made it home safe. Yes. Hey, Skylark, did you call me the other day? Because I had a call come in from Knoxville, Tennessee, and I was wondering if it was you. I didn't call it back because I think I've gotten some scam calls from that area before. I just didn't know. I didn't look it up. But if you did call, let me know in the chat. And Skylark says, hello, Catherine. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Dark Brain. Hello, Aaron. And then I said, hi, Operation Shutdown. And Skylark74 says, I'm in my own home at my own desk. Thank God. Yes. Isn't it? It's good to be home. You were lost on a mountain or something. Rolling down a mountain. And Dark Brain just didn't say anything there. Oh, that's the gifted subscription. Let me go put that up on the board here. I'm seeing some people I don't really recognize here. So I'm going to refrain on highlighting them until we figure out if they're real people or not. And Operation Shutdown says, hello, Aaron. Tonight's show will be groovy like a record. Yes, it will be groovy like a record. Awesome. He remembers all of the cut lines. And Kathy's saying hi to that person. We're not sure if it's a real person. I was hoping it would go to Catherine, but doesn't seem to have kicked in yet. Oh, you mean the subscription. And Kathy says to the other person, hi. And I said, hi, Skylark. And Kathy says, hi, Skylark74. And Dark Brain says, Catherine, go put a comment in chat on Rumble real quick. Oh, so she'll pick up the subscription. Good idea. And Skylark74 says, I sent you a call by accident. Oh, okay. I think they call it butt dialing. Uh-oh. That's the thing. Whoever designed the touch screen phone should never be allowed to design anything ever again, and they should go back to the flip phones, because these touch tone, if you had a flip phone, you flip it, it closes. All the keys nothing's touching the screen. These touch screen things, I hate it. It's like I'll accidentally touch something and then the flashlight will go on. It's like, holy crap, how do I turn that off? There's no way to know. You have to know someone who knows that product. Oh, man. Nothing's logical anymore. Everything used to be logical. Nothing's logical anymore. Cap78 Pack says, wow, it's crazy What's going on between me and YouTube? Ugh, oh no. And Kathy says, I'm watching both YouTube channels right now, and I'm not able to leave to go to Rumble. Okay. She's busy watching both of the YouTube streams. One in portrait and one in landscape. That's how they do it now. It's like, well. And then Cap 78 Pack says, howdy, Operation Shutdown, and Jay Buying and others on YouTube. Just real quick, I will hold down the fort. He wants to give you a free subscription, Kathy. We can do without you for a couple minutes. No worries. Kathy says, hi, Dark Brain. Dark Brain says, Weiss, hello. I think that sub should go to you now, I hope. Okay. Oops. Oh, Kathy says, thank you so much, Dark Brain. Oh, and Skylark says, the flip phone I had several years ago was as slippery as a piece of wet soap. I dropped it on pavement while walking the dog, and that was that. Did it break? I mean, I had the old Motorola, the really old ones that you could drive over it with a pickup truck and nothing happens to it. Thank you so much, Dark Brain, says Kathy. And then Operation Shutdown says phones were easier to use when we could just opt into Splint's Friends and Foes program. That's right. That is 100% right. Yeah, because you get revenge and savings that way. And then Kathy says, was gifted a membership by Dark Brain. Isn't that nice? Thank you, Dark Brain. That was a nice thing to do. And Dark Brain, not sure why it's not kicking in. Rumble is weird. Yeah, they're all kind of weird in their own little way. She's got it now, Ed Aaron, says Cap 78 Pack. Oh, there it goes. Thank you, buddy. That's a really cool thing. And Dark Brain Kathy says, thanks for including me, LOL. Yeah, that's great. Oh, and Skylark says, I've broken more cell phones than I care to remember. No point complaining about it because everybody else has had the same experience. Well, you know what? I don't take my phone with me. Like I forget it a lot, maybe sometimes on purpose. I'll go to the store without my phone. I'll go shopping without my phone. I'll go here and there. And it doesn't really bother me because it's like the old days when you never even had a phone. And I don't like it being around me all the time. It kind of creeps me out. You know, you never know when it's going to explode. Right? That's right. All righty then. Well, let's go over to, where are we going to go? Where are we going? Where are we going? Do we even know? I don't even think we even know. We don't even know. Oh, yeah. We're going over to the Book of Faces, Facebook, Arama Lama Ding Dong, share screen, Vezabuga, Booga Vez, Boog of Phase, Boog of Phases. There it is. I got to close that one out so it's not freaking me out. Freaking me out. So it's not freaking me out. Alrighty then. Well, here we are over on Facebook. War is dead. Fear is fading. Peace is here. Hopefully in Ukraine really soon. All right. Oh, there's our show over on YouTube. And there's our show over on Rumble. Now, the Rumble is whipping in terms of views, whipping the YouTube. So just for YouTube algo beat people out there, just increase exposure and maybe it'll do better over there. I don't know. Oh, did you hear about this? They caught that pipe bomber, that Brian Cole fella. Breaking call logs from J6 pipe bomber Brian Cole reveal that he was in contact with the office of Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Well, imagine that. Multiple times in the morning of January 6th, just minutes before and minutes after he allegedly planted the pipe bombs outside the DNC and RNC. I thought that was on the 5th that happened. I could be wrong. We now know that he was not a Trump supporter or a part of MAGA, but a radical left Trump hater and Antifa anarchist. It's all coming out now. January 6th was an inside job, completely set up by the deep state and the Democrats in a treasonous plot to destroy President Trump and those of us who support him. Arrest Nancy Pelosi and all the other deep state swamp rats. Yeah. Thanks, Sophia, for putting that out there. Oh, Bill Watterson on Hobbes. Now, Calvin and Hobbes was a cartoon drawn and written by Bill Watterson. And he says, the so-called gimmick of my strip, the two versions of Hobbes, is sometimes misunderstood. I don't think of Hobbes as a doll that miraculously comes to life when Calvin is around. Neither do I think of Hobbes as the product of Calvin's imagination. Calvin sees Hobbes one way, and everyone else sees Hobbes another way. I show two versions of reality, and each makes complete sense to their participant who sees it. Isn't that interesting? I think that's how life works. None of us sees the world exactly the same way, and I just draw that literally in the strip. Hobbes is more about the subjective nature of reality than about dolls coming to life. And Brad Metzler shared that out, and he said, Hobbes is real, and this is genius. I agree. I just love that cartoon strip. That's why we have it on the show sometimes. Bill Watterson is an amazing, thank goodness he went into cartooning. Otherwise, it would have been not as good, right? Oh, look at this. This is from Wholesome Memes. It's going to be good. Whenever my dad is 5 minutes late coming home, my mom is like, lost Doug, no reward, very shy, do not chase. It's been gone 5 minutes. Put up the signs, kids. Oh, Mom, put them up. Oh, he gets humiliated when he sees them. Oh, God. There they go again. I'm gone for 5 minutes. Did you ever see this? AMC Rambler Club put this out. Look at this. This is the AMXR, the AMC Javelin AMXR. Jeffords AMXR with a rumble seat. Jim Jeffords was head of the Javelin Trans Am racing team for AMC in 68 and 69. He wanted AMC to sanction an AMX with a rumble seat. It's so cool. Such a good idea. And allow him to buy and modify 500 AMXs with the option. There were obstacles that halted the process of the project. In addition to political and liability hurdles, Ralph Nader, after learning of the AMXR's existence, declared it unsafe. This is the only example ever built and is currently in Daryl Salisbury's collection. Look at that. What a lucky dude. This kind of handle. I got to hang on now. Oh, man. Hope he doesn't hit a duck. Oh, man. Wow. Look at that. A rumble seat. They had rumble seats back in the 30s. So why not bring it back for 68? That would have been so cool. So cool. Got little pads to step up on each side. Look at that. Oh, groovy. Groovy like a record. Oh, And Skylark74 says, I have always associated the rumble seat with the 1920s period, together with college frat rats wearing raccoon coats and straw hats. Kathy puts this out. Please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. Hit the old thumbs up. Helps the algo rhythm and the algo beat and the algo melody. Oh, yeah, it certainly does. You know what? I forgot to do this. Make the type big and tall. There. That's better, huh? Is that better? Skylarks74 says, you sit in that seat while drinking bootleg hooch. Okay. Really? Oh, it just looks like a lot of fun. I had an old 1934 Chevrolet, and I was thinking about putting a rumble seat in the back because it would be very cool. But it's a lot of extra work. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that. So there it is. Look at that. Happy Friday. Look at that. How happy can that be? Happy living. Thanks, happy living. Sure is nice living happy. Oh, did you hear about this? Hey, Democrats, did you hear this? Just in, Trump-appointed judge unseals Epstein grand jury records in South Florida, the Gateway Pundit. Yeah, they finally got the right judge, not a left-leaning judge that didn't want to release it. You get a Trump-appointed judge to do the right thing. It was the Democrats all along. What's this? Nice try, Batman. From YCM. This is Yelzaveta Orlova Chess with Liza. So she is an international chess player. And she goes around the world playing chess. Chess joke of the day, she says. Yeah, I like that. Chess is a really cool game. You know that chess was originally developed to replace war. So instead of, people dying on the front line, you just have the two leaders playing like a tournament. I mean, that would save a lot of lives, but we'd probably be speaking Japanese right now. Maybe. Chinese. Who knows? Oh, and Peggy Dancer says, I always wondered if they were to put an ejection button for the rumble seat, LOL. Oh, my goodness. Then it would be dangerous in case you needed a quick eviction from said auto. Oh, yeah. If you were Skylark and drinking that moonshine hooch, whatever that is. Didn't chess come from Persia? I don't know. But that's what I heard. I heard that it was an attempt to eliminate war. In effect, replace war. Okay, we're not going to have war. We're going to have all of both sides watch this tournament happen. But then if the other person wins, then you get the other person's going to flip the table and then attack them anyway, right? I mean, these people are, I don't know. And then Skylark says, I once read that chess was invented in ancient India. Might have. It's a darn cool game, I got to say. And it was one of the inspirations when I designed my game, Tetragon, too. Chess, checkers, Pente, Othello, and Go were my inspirations for that game. Oh, here's that white guy. January 6th pipe bomber. Terrorist was, this is from Benny Johnson, a young black guy, radical anti-Trump activist, sued Trump and ICE and DHS, extreme radical justice advocate, works at his family's bail bonds company that frees criminal aliens from ICE custody. Yeah, this explains exactly why the FBI and DOJ couldn't find this guy for 4 years. They found him. He just didn't want to Oops, it's one of our people. Keep it quiet. Keep it quiet. The Biden FBI had mountains of evidence against Brian Cole. Receipts, cell data, license plate. God, they had everything. Photos and videos of the crime. They knew exactly who did it. But Brian's profile destroys their entire MAGA white supremacist insurrection bomber narrative in one blow. The FBI didn't fail to catch him. Leftists protected their own. This is the biggest FBI cover-up scandal in history. What a nightmare. I think they've got a lot of the biggest scandal in history. I mean, you can't say one is worse than another. They're all really, really bad. And that's why we need jail time and hopefully televised. Do they televise military tribunals? Wouldn't that be nice? They should. They should. Oh, and look, it's the BK. Hey, BK, I think I know who you are, former classmate. Hey, Aaron, we love your program. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Howdy, BK. Good to see you here, buddy. All righty then. Well, let's keep going here, shall we? Oh, Mike Lindell is running for governor of Minnesota. And if he can overcome the rampant cheating that the Democrats do, he will win easily. If the pillow guy wins, Minnesotans rest easy. Won't they? Yeah. Oh, James Key put this out. Oh, if you call me a retard, I will cry. Oh, here's ghetto spice. Here's low IQ spice. Here's jihad spice. And Gaza spice. Oh, yeah. Quite a menagerie you got there, buddy. Bombshell, Biden's former chief of staff admits he didn't even write the auto pen approval email for presidential pardons. His assistant did. How many levels? Man, I think the mouse living in the wall of the White House was really in charge, right? Definitely wasn't sleepy, creepy, crooked Joe sleeping on the beach every day. He wasn't doing nothing. Paul Campo, former high-ranking DEA official under Obama, raided and indicted for conspiring to launder $12 million to support foreign drug cartels. Oh, there's your first mistake, buddy. You shouldn't have been doing that. Oh, good. Wrap him up. Another dirty Obama appointee. Imagine that. Oh, on a positive note, I haven't seen any mosquitoes. A lot of snow up here, but and boy, it was treacherous driving tonight. I'm telling you. Yes, no mosquitoes. Oh, here's Franklin. Hey, a classic Franklin story. Franklin drives by Tim Walz's house. Hey, retard. Look how PO'd he is. Looks like he needs another tampon. You better go insert another tampon, Tim. Because, you know, that's what you need, obviously. I love that. Thanks, Franklin. Oh, that's nice for a guy like that to do that. Look at this. For the first time, 8 spacecraft are currently docked to the International Space Station. And, you know, you got to wonder what it's going to smell like, right? I mean, what if they're down to the only beans for rations? It's not going to be good. You can't eat beans up there. It's like all an enclosed environment, like the Crew 11 Dragon just opened their vent, and boy, someone is having trouble over there. We can smell them from here. Smell them from here. But yeah, look at that. Soyuz MS-27, Soyuz MS-28. So we got 2 Soyuz. Progress 93, whoever makes that. Cygnus 23, whoever makes that. HTV-X1, is that Chinese? I don't know. HTV. Is that high definition TV? I don't know. And two dragons. That's SpaceX. Two SpaceX ones. The SpaceX ones look the coolest. These other ones are like, yeah. It's like a big plumbing job there. But you gotta think that, it's gotta really stink up there. What do they do when it gets stinky? Do they spray some sort of, I don't know if you could spray, like, you might have to just pump the air through some kind of filter or something. I don't know, man. I think that it would be terrible, you know? Oh yeah, and Peggy Dancer says, I can imagine the body odors are pretty rank up there. Right. We see the pictures, we don't smell it, right? Yo, Aaron, I don't think you fully appreciate that we are weeping with laughter during your comedic riffs. Amazing talent, you. Well, thank you. Well, I appreciate that. You know, I really, really appreciate that. You know, when I learn something, I like to tell all of you. And that's why, you know, a while ago, I did a little mini webinar here. Maybe BK didn't see that, but it was a mini free webinar I did on my Rumble channel about a year ago or so. I don't know when. And the idea was to make your mark on anything, right? And I figured out how to do it, and I shared it with my followers. You just got to go get an all and give it your all, and you could put your mark on anything. Give it your all, AWL, and put your mark on anything, literally anything. It's very sharp metal, and you can put your mark on anything. See how easy that is? It's not some thing that has to take a long time. Well, thank you very much, BK. I really appreciate that. And then Skylark says, sanitary issues are part of the reasons for retiring the deorbiting the old space station. Oh, like Skylab, remember that? At least for Soyuz and the Mir stations back in the 70s and 80s. Yeah. And also they cook, you know, what kind of food are they cooking up there? That's going to make some scary smelling stuff, right? Especially these people with their ethnic foods that they, I'm from certain country. We're going to cook this this certain way. Yeah. All righty then. Well, let's keep rolling here. Just in, CDC vaccine panel votes 8-3 to stop policy recommending that all infants get the hepatitis B vaccine at birth. Well, thank goodness. Those of us who rejected this nonsense as our babies were taking their first breaths of real air feel vindicated and abused by them even doing it in the first place. You can't improve the health of anybody by injecting that person with toxins. It doesn't help you. Never did. Just in, Pentagon announces 20-second strike on drug trafficking vessels. Say that 5 times fast. I bet you can't. I bet you I can't. I know I can't. Look at that. 20-second. Yeah, they better, maybe they should, while they got money from their ill-gotten gains, just redistribute your focus on something that's actually legal, like make diapers or something. People will love you and you'll make a lot of money. All right, something like that. Do that. Oh, did you hear this? President Trump receives the FIFA Peace Prize and delivers remarks at a FIFA drawing. So this is their first annual peace award they gave to Trump. This is awesome. That's way better than that Nobel Peace Prize that they'll never give it to me. And this is where we got our cover photo from. And this, my friends, is a moon. Saturn's moon, Helene. Look at that, raw preview. Look at the texture of this thing. Look at that. That's kind of cool looking. Isn't that cool? Oh my goodness. The BK says, and most of your listeners may not know that you're the 100% most talented and creative member of our high school class. Oh, I doubt that. You were attending college during high school whilst we were sleeping. Probably. Well, yeah, well, I actually took my first college course when I was 16, and it was a drawing class at a local art school. And then during high school, in 12th grade, I went to Votech. I took commercial art before computers, before confusers. And so that was a lot of fun. Was really happy to have that opportunity. So I missed half the day of every day of my 12th year, but it was like a campus. It was great. It was up in Brooklyn Park, which now is like a ghetto, I guess. But back then it wasn't. Well, they kind of had gangs, but I never got messed up in all that. Oh, and the BK says, was your mom the inspiring force? I do believe so, yes, because my mom is an artist, and her art was up on the wall, and she was always doing paintings and sketches and doodles, and very inspiring. In fact, she did a lot of the artwork for her yearbooks when she was in high school back in the 50s. Yeah. And my mom, and she carves ducks. Did you see this, BK? This is one of the ducks my mom carved, and it's got like all of the feather detail that she burns in and then paints them. Here it is, signed Emma Moriarty, Marge Moriarty. Yeah, so she is an international. Let me get this off the screen so you can see it a little bit better. Probably needs dusting. Look at this baby. Look at that. It's got the individual feathers in the back, the really thin ones. It needs dusting really bad, so don't show this to my mom. Look at that little guy. And other birds she does. There's another one. Oh my. Where's my dusting thing? Look at this one. Look at that blue beak. Isn't he wonderful? Look at that. Yeah, she's an amazing artist. And I used to oil paint with her, like in the summertime. We would oil paint. And I remember the first thing I painted, oil paint, and it was really good. I was really proud of it. Was I Want You. It was the Uncle Sam. I Want You to enlist. So I did a copy of that, and I was really proud of it. And I don't know what happened to it. Maybe I sold it. Maybe I gave it away. I don't know. But that was my first oil painting with my mom. Yeah. And if you go to my Rumble channel and you go back a ways, you'll see a show I did with my mom when I was over there, back when I had a capability of doing a show away from my home here. And so, yeah, it was probably but my dad too, because my dad, he used to. Now, we didn't see very much of him because he worked so many hours of the day. He was a tool maker. But when he was home, we'd ask him to draw something for us. Dad, draw a car. And he drew these cars, and you'd watch him draw it. It was like magic. So my dad was a really good artist too. He could do like a side view of a car, and it looked perfect. And we were just amazed watching him do that. So yeah, I think it was both my mom and my dad. And, they even worked together on a stained glass job that my dad got. He was to make for them this large stained glass window for this person's house or business or something. And so my mom designed it. And my dad built it. Let me get the phone here. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, what's up?
Yeah, BK was asking you a question in the chat. He wanted to know if your mother's carvings were for sale.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are.
And he wanted you to put the link or whatever in the chat.
Okay, well, there's really no link. She doesn't have a website or anything. It's all just word of mouth, and she's in a gallery up here, but the gallery's closed until spring, until May.
Okay, well, he wanted to know the name of the gallery and where it was going to be at.
Okay. Yeah, it's called, where is it? Angela
I'll
Lent.
let you go so you can go ahead and answer it.
All right. Thanks for calling.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So that was Kathy. And it's the Angela Lynch. Angela Lynch, like a lynch mob. Not a lynch, but lynch with an E. And where is her brochure? Well, you know what? I'll just look it up. I'll look it up. Yes, my dad did work at Tonka Toys. He was a tool maker there. He also worked at Shopper. He worked at Tonka Toys first. That's why we moved to Mound, because he got a job there. And I remember in fourth grade, we toured the Tonka plant, and I got to wave hi to my dad in there. So it was very cool. It was such a cool experience. And they gave us a little red van, a little metal red Tonka van at the end. We each got a free little gift. Yes, I did. Yep. And I actually worked at Tonka years later in their new product development group, an in-house inventor. So when they were in Minnetonka, they moved their headquarters to Minnetonka. Shirley Hills, yes. Squirrely Hills, we called it. We called it Squirrely Hills. It's a great, great school. 1955, when that school was built, BK, that was the largest elementary school in America, because that's how big of a boom town it was from Tonka. Isn't that amazing? So I was always very proud to be from Mound and, the whole Tonka legacy. So yeah, Shirley Hills, Squirrely Hills. That's right. And I'm looking up something here. I got to focus. Angela Lynch. Studio. Croquet mallet. There it is. Well, here it is. Her online shop. It's in a little teeny log cabin. And I used to work with Angela at Meadow Ridge, just up the hill from where she is in Egg Harbor, Wisconsin. And so let's cruise on over there and show you what that is. Otherwise, if you have some kind of bird that you really want to give as a gift, email me. And my email's in the description below. But here's Angela Lynch, and she's got this cute little log cabin. And the front part of it is her gallery. She's got a large yard, too. She does this jewelry. And lots of handmade jewelry that she does. Beautiful things, beautiful stuff. And she also does, there she is. She's really cool. She's from Decorah, Iowa. And that's a little bit about her there. There's her awesome little house. And here are some of the things she has. These things for your garden, these wind sculptures. These are great. And I'll be making sprinklers, copper sprinklers for her next year. Hopefully I get that rolling. That's my goal. But yeah, look at that. Beautiful. And the wind just moves them in the wind. You don't have to do anything. There she is doing her mosaics. She's a really good mosaic artist too. And she's really into that. Look at that. Wow. Here's one of those wind sculptures. Of course, it changes shape as it goes. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. In Egg Harbor, they have these, every year they have these, all the artists in town, they make their own version of an egg, and then they auction them off, and you can purchase them and display them at will. There you go. There's all of her things. So lots more stuff actually in her shop than what's shown here. But that's Angela Lynch. Let's see. I'll put the link in. I didn't see my mom's things in there. I didn't think it made it to that thing. Okay, I think you're over here. Yeah, I'll put it over here in YouTube. There it is. Also, if you look, just look up her name and find other things that she has out there. This is just her online shop. But she has other things that you can look at. Anyway, so that's that. That is that. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Now what are we doing? We're going back over to the Book of Faces. The land of Zuckers, you might even say. And here is that link for anyone that wants to see it on the screen there. And then BK says, very talented, even though probably Packers fans. Well, she's from Iowa, and I'm from Minnesota. I'm not anybody's fan. I'm not a fan of any. I lost faith in the Vikings when they went to 4 Super Bowls, never won. I felt betrayed. And so I just I'm not putting my emotions into this anymore. I had it. And when I moved out here, everyone hated me because I was from Minnesota. I was like, I don't even care about the Vikings. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, they don't care. They still hate you because of where you come from. So weird. But there you go. There's that. What's this? She's praying for President Trump while he speaks and just lets her hold his hands. This photo melted my heart. Yes, remember this. I think it was her daughter or her son, who I think was a police officer, was killed or something. And Trump he's very personable. He really cares about all people. That's what the cartoon image you get on TV about him, you're never gonna see. But he has literally given millions and millions of dollars to causes way before he was ever thinking about being president. So yeah. Oh, Franklin builds the border fence. Oh, look at that. Let's watch it. Oh yeah. Thanks, Franklin. Oh, here's two pictures. Photo 1, that'll be this one. A man that said he could not identify the January 6th pipe bomber for almost 4 years. Photo number 2, this guy. A man that had the January 6th pipe bomber's license plate, cell phone data, credit card purchase history, and a video of him at the scene of the crime for almost 4 years. Yeah, Christopher Ray. Wow. Remember, Q said, trust Ray? I think trust Ray to be a rat. That's what it was. Trust Ray to be a rat. Oh, look, Madhouse Magazine. Breaking. Photo of innocent fisherman killed by U.S. military leaked to the press. Oh, yeah. That was a terrible movie. Oh, that was... I stopped watching movies like that way back then. It's just too creepy. Oh, look at this. This is pretty cool. Are you in high school? Do you know someone in high school? Well, look what they got at some of these high schools. Check this out.
So proud to say we are the first high school in the world to use this technology, where all of our students on the simulators are working together on the same job site. So proud.
So they say it's a simulator, okay? Well, why not just have real equipment somewhere that they're operating remotely? That way they can actually get a real job done and learn at the same time. Maybe they wouldn't want kids, smashing into the other one or something. That's probably what would happen. I'm sure that would happen. Pretty interesting, though. They didn't have stuff like that when I went to school. Yeah, massive victory in the Supreme Court. Yep, the new districts can be the way they are, and the Dems lose 5 seats. Well, they've been gerrymandering forever. It's about time that the Republicans started it. They got a late start. Late start indeed. Happy birthday, Dan Bongino. Look at that. Dan Bongino's birthday. Twisted online cult targeted kids as young as 11 to create child porn. It's disgusting. Then urged them to commit suicide. Feds. Good job, Pam Bondi, Roblox, and all these other stupid games that they play. Don't let your kids play these stupid games online. Disgusting. Thanks for shining a light on it, Pam Bondi. I think she's doing a great job. Oh, and Mary House, she went to school with us too. This is Mary Wing. Mary House says, this is some evil group. I watched Sean Ryan speak with a hacker who uncovered this dark, disgusting evil. Watch here, kids. They are after them. Yes, they are. Thanks, Mary. They certainly are. Oh, this is great. This is awesome. Sean Frosh, he does a great Trump voice.
My fellow Americans, it is my great honor, the greatest honor, to announce and declare complete and total victory over the 2025 hurricane season. We had 0 hurricanes in the Gulf of America ever since we made the name change. I got along very well with, you may have heard of her, Mother Nature. You may have heard of her. She's a tremendous person. I've known her for a long time, and we get along well. And I said to her, if you send any hurricanes into our country, we're going to hit you with tariffs the likes of which nobody's ever seen before. We're going to tariff those storms at 1,000, 2,000, 3,000%. And she said, sir, we're not going to send any hurricanes in. And we made a beautiful deal. Mother Nature, great person. But we had a lot of, they call it wind shear. They call it wind shear. And it ripped up the storms out there before they can get to our country. Ripped up the storms worse than the Somalians are ripping up Minnesota. You look at Ilhan, you look at the brother. Many people are saying it. She married her brother. And very interesting. If she did that, it's a raw deal for the brother. He divorced his first wife, which was probably a goat. and wound up marrying a pig in Ilhan Omar. She's a nasty person, very nasty. But you had a lot of people talking about it. It's an El Nino year. It's a La Nina year. You're going to have hurricanes. We deported El Nino, and we deported La Nina, too. They were in our country illegally. We got rid of them. And we had the greatest hurricane season the world has ever seen. No hurricanes in the Gulf of America. We did a tremendous job. So I wanted to thank Mother Nature for holding up her end of the bargain. She did a fantastic job. And we had a wonderful and safe Atlantic hurricane season. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
So not only is he great at the voice, he is a comedic genius, much like Trump. Trump is so funny. But Sean Frosh, he's very, very good. He could run for president. Wouldn't that be cool? Just in, paramedic who treated Trump after assassination attempt shatters media narrative. You hear this? This is interesting. In Butler, Pennsylvania, a woman who held President Trump's hand moments after he was nearly killed just spoke. And her story doesn't sound anything like what you hear on cable news. I don't watch cable news. It's bad for your health. ER paramedic Sally Sherry described not a monster, not a dictator, but a husband, a father, a grandfather, making sure his family knew he was safe. She remembers his daughter saying, only by the grace of God, you're here. That's not politics. That's family. That's that almost lost everything. And a man who, instead of collapsing, steadied them. Sherry says the media's caricature of Trump is unrecognizable compared to the man in front of me that night. Resilient, calm, courageous, with his family at the forefront. While pundits mocked his mean tweets, a paramedic was watching him live out what real leadership looks like under fire. Isn't that nice? I love that. Here's something interesting. Did you know you can bend photons, the direction of photons, with a magnetic field? This is really interesting. Watch this.
Guys, this is insane. This is a beam of electrons that is being kept going around in a circle using magnetic fields. Here's a side view so you can see it's going in a circle. If I give the electrons some initial velocity to the left, you can see they actually go in this spiral pattern. This is insane. Electrons actually move in a helix under a uniform magnetic field if they have some sideways velocity. And then from the front, look at that. Look at that beautiful helix. You can control the motion of charged particles using magnetic fields. This is one of the coolest things ever. Now if I twist it back, you can make it go back to a almost exact circle. And that only happens when the velocity of the electrons is exactly perpendicular to the magnetic field, which goes in and out. Now, if I turn off the magnetic field, you will see the electrons will just fly off in a straight line. Let's see. See that? And then I turn back it up. Look at that.
Wow.
That's just beautiful. Guys, this is insane.
This is
crazy. A beam of
electrons, not photons. That's so amazing. There's got to be some sort of application for that. Something that can do. You know? That's what we need. Teams of scientists just studying all this stuff and jerry-rigging things and trying stuff. Let's do it. Do it, Q. What's this? Oh, from Wholesome Memes again. Oh, I love Wholesome Memes. They're so darn wholesome. Spaced Mom put this out. Copy Mama. Having kids is fun because one morning you'll just open your fridge and come face to face with a cherry named Gerald. Gerald. Heart. Look at that. A cherry named Gerald. Oh, that's funny. Don't you love it? President Trump hosts signing ceremony, the DRC Rwanda peace agreement. That was pretty interesting. Health department investigating school that vaccinated child without parental consent. Well, that school should be arrested. Do something. Do it, Q. Active Earth, 3-Eye Atlas, December 1, 2025, captured by Sebastian Voltmer. It's not a normal comet. No, it's not. Well, look at that. It's kind of green looking. Green anti-tail pointing toward the sun. Wow. Blue tail pointing away from the sun. Isn't that weird? How is this possible? Yeah, well, it's whatever it's made of. Oh, look at good morning. Breaking, FBI arrests suspect in January 6th pipe bombing. Yeah, we knew that. Oh, Hillary, I'm not even going to go over that. You know how bad she is. Let's make sure Pete Hegseth hears it loud and clear. The American people stand with him 100%. Yeah. You know, and Trump has said with every one of those little ships they blow up, they save 25,000 Americans or more. That's a great way to look at it. There's our last show, and that brings us back to here. Cool experiment, says Dark Brain. Hilarious. Yeah. There he goes. Here we are back here again. Well, now we got to go over to another little place we love to go to. And that is, oh, but before that, I just want to show you something. Happen to have these right here handy. I guess I don't have all of them. I don't have a Tonka catalog, but I have an old Shopper catalog. My dad worked at Shopper Toys too. They had, well, here's some of the stuff they had. Ants in the Pants. All kinds of cool things. Remember Stompers? Stompers were pretty big. I actually did some drawings for Stompers when they first came out. So, a Minnesota toy company that is not in Minnesota anymore, doesn't exist anymore. You got the Cootie game, just got swallowed up by, I think, either Mattel or Hasbro. And here's another company that was in Minnesota, Lakeside. They did Aggravation and Perfection. And this was a great one. They had Tub Town, a little play set to bring you hook on the outside of your tub. And you can just play while you get clean. It was a great seller for them for many years. They had Barrel of Monkeys. They were the first ones with that, I think. Or else they bought it. But, yeah, they had... Here's Perfection and Superfection. But these were vibrant companies, you know, creating jobs and income, you know, tax income for the state. You had Tonka Toys, you had Lakeside, and you had Shopper. 3 big toy companies in the Minneapolis area. Now they're all gone. They're all gone. So when you think about offshoring all of our stuff, that's what happened. And that's why it's not made here anymore. And these companies, you know, they really should have been around forever. They were Ants in the Pants, my fave. Yeah, that was a good game. Good game. I like Connect 4, but my daughter always beat me at that. She could always beat me. Companies that were victims of globalization, Trump's tariffs make perfect sense to me. Yes, they do. Yes, it's about time we have a president that makes Made in America mean something again. I've never driven a foreign car. I really think that that's because I grew up in Mound, Minnesota. My dad worked at Tonka Toys, and it's all connected. It's all connected. Yeah. We need to make things here again. That's for sure. Well, let's go over to X, because X marks the spot. For what? For what? News and interdasting things. There's my thing over there. It's at Aaron J. Moriarity. There's our beautiful show there. President Trump has dropped a bombshell. Let's listen to this.
As the allegations about illegal straw donors and foreign contributions. Mark Meredith is live in Washington with more. This has been brewing for a while, Mark. What do we need to know?
Dana, for years, you're right about this, but this is a big development. The White House is directing the Attorney General to investigate the Democratic Party's top fundraising platform. It's called Act Blue, and the president says he wants to know if foreign money is being donated to the group and then utilized to sway elections. Democrats are calling this probe a dangerous abuse of power. Act Blue is an enormous operation in Democratic politics. It's raised more than $16 billion since 2004. You may have seen the text pop up from candidates saying, please donate, go to the Act Blue website. Republicans use something similar called Win Red. There was a new memo signed on Thursday directing the Attorney General to investigate if foreign nationals are using the Act Blue platform to bypass campaign finance laws. Trump wants a report out in 6 months.
And they should also look at Win Red, because they're doing some of the same things, not to the extent that the Democrat Act Blue does. Act Blue does something called smurfing, and James O'Keefe blew this open a couple of years ago. There's a database that shows all of the contributions to Act Blue, and he found people who were like donating like 27 times a day, small donations. And he went to their house and said, are you doing this? They said, no, we're not doing it. We maybe give $10 a year or something. We're not. Oh, you didn't give $250,000 this last year? No. So they're smurfing. They're money laundering through there, and they're smurfing. So those people aren't really giving those donations. They're just repackaging the money, and it's illegal. And they're going to catch them. They caught him. Oh, this is good. Watch this.
Tim Walz is a big fat retard. Go home. Leave me alone. I'm not retarded. Wake up, retard, 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 retard. Wake up, retard, 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 retard. Tim Walz.
He is a retard. Oh, let's check this out.
Are you okay with the president calling our neighbors garbage? I'd never seen this before. People driving by my house and using the R word.
Tim Walz is a retard. Bye.
Yes.
Are you okay with the president calling?
You, Tim Walz, are a retard. You weren't even from Minnesota. So what are you doing as governor? A lot of corrupt stuff, so it seems. You should get out of town while you can. Cat turd. Bye. Eric Doherty put this out. Breaking. It's official. Representative Jasmine Crockett is being booted out of the current district now that the Texas congressional map is upheld by SCOTUS. Thank you, Supreme Court. Sent her walking. Major problem. Let's listen to this.
According to the Council of Europe, in 2024, almost 50% of inmates in German prisons were foreign nationals or migrants. In Austria, the number was 53% of the people in prisons were from places that weren't from where they are now. In Greece, the number was 54%. And in Switzerland, beautiful Switzerland, 72% of the people in prisons are from outside of Switzerland. When your prisons are filled with so-called asylum seekers who repaid kindness, and that's what they did. They repaid kindness with crime. It's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. According to the Council of Europe in 2024, almost 50% of inmates in German prisons.
There you go. Yeah, the migration has to stop, the false migration that's happening. You see this? Donald Trump retruthed this out from Brendan Dilley, the Dilley meme team. We have two options, he says, and Trump seems to agree with this. Deport every single third world migrant, illegal alien, and America-hating visa holder, or surrender your nation the way the United Kingdom have and watch your society collapse in the coming years. That's really it. That's basically it. Either get rid of the problem or the problem will engulf you. Yeah, this is great. Did you hear that?
Suburbs is
fake tapper.
Ryan Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs, is charged with transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce and with malicious destruction. Ryan Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs, is charged with
yeah, a white man. Oh, this is great. Watch this.
Police are looking for a man who ran away after robbing a store.
Crucial development, Bob. Police have just dispatched a sketch of the...
Oh, man.
Officers have now arrested the suspect moments ago.
It really looks just like... Police are looking for a man who ran away after robbing a store.
Crucial development, Bob. Police have just dispatched a sketch of the...
Oh, man.
Officers have now arrested the suspect moments ago.
It really looks just like...
It does look exactly like him. Never scoff at a sketch. It might just be very accurate. Oh, mostly peaceful memes put this out. Oh, yeah. Oh. Fishing boat and white guy. Yeah, that's what the mainstream media, they get paid millions of dollars to lie like that to you. Isn't that sick? Turn it off. Turn it off. Citizen journalism is where it's at, baby. A federal judge has just unsealed the Epstein grand jury files in South Florida. We saw this already. Transcripts are now authorized to be made public. The judge cited the passage of the Epstein Files Transparency Act and Trump's signature for allowing the materials to be released. That overrides the Supreme Court supremacy or secrecy clause.
Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C. suburbs, is charged.
It never gets old, does it? It's fake news, folks. Turn it off. Let's listen to Elon. What does Elon have to say?
I acquired X in order to preserve freedom of speech in America, the First Amendment. And I'm going to stick to that. And if that means making less money, so be it. I acquired X in order to preserve freedom of speech in America, the First Amendment.
Hey, thanks, BK. Thanks for the shout out there. Hey, everyone. Share Truth Quest with friends and fam. Let's grow the channel. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yes, that's a very good point. Now that the files are open, we're going to all see it. Of course, we've seen the names already. Yet Ghislaine Maxwell is still the only person sent to jail for these crimes, right? It is a shame. Well, it takes a long time to right a big, heavy ship and turn it around and make it do the right thing, I guess, right? Oh, did you hear this? Trump truthed this out. I have just approved tiny cars. to be built in America. Manufacturers have long wanted to do this, just like they are so successfully built in other countries. They can be propelled by gasoline, electric, or hybrid. These cars of the very near future are inexpensive, safe, fuel efficient, and quite simply amazing. Start building them now. Thank you. Thank you to the DOJ and the Department of Transportation and Environment. Enjoy. President Donald J. Trump. So tiny cars. Wow. That'll be kind of cool. And this is Elon Musk says exactly, retruths this or retweets this or re-X's this from Sadie. Now you know. The word retard is not meant for people with handicaps. It's meant for non-handicapped people who are stupid. If you don't understand this, you're a retard. Retard. I'm so glad that. Oh, watch this. You're going to be a hit at the next party. Listen to this gal. She's got the key to the universe here. Look at this.
Let me introduce you to your next party trick. That's the only way I know how to tie my shoes anymore. I've been doing this since the 5th grade. Here it comes again. I was once standing in an OR hallway and I had to retie my scrub pants. Picture it's right here on my scrub pants. And I was doing that. And someone was like, what the hell just happened? And I was like, oh, you mean this? And soon they were like, do it again, do it again. And eventually, I obviously worked in an orthopedic hospital, so it was all men. And so all of a sudden, it was just like 8 or 10 men standing around me in an OR hallway, staring at my crotch, periodically going, whoa! It's not that. I literally tying a bow. Whoop. All right, you want to know how? Here I go. Okay, I'm going to go slow, and then I'll go step by step, okay? Pew, pew, wah, yeah, right? Simple. Okay, here we go. We'll walk through. First step is fancy pinkies. You're going to take your pinkies and have your laces lie on top of them. You're not just going to make a new fist. So now your laces are through your pinky, like so. And you should have sort of a loose tension so that you can like pull the lace through, but it's not going to slide right out, okay? Now you're going to do pew, pew, little finger gun. Now you're going to make them sort of more into lobster claws. This is going to make it easier. You're going to wrap away from you on your right side, towards you on your left side. Okay, now we're going to make train tracks, and you're going to take your left pointer finger to line up with your right thumb like this. Now slide so they are kissing. Okay, now whatever loop is able to grab with each of your little lobster claws. Oh, sorry, my pasta is boiling. Pointer finger of your left hand to your thumb of your right hand. Slide them and make them kiss. You're pinching on whatever is closest to you, and you're pulling through. If it doesn't look like this, you've done it wrong, and then just tighten. That's it. And wow. It's a normal knot. People are like, it won't undo. Yes, it will. Stupid idiot. Anyway, just as a recap, fancy pinkies, pew pew, lobster claws, fuck you, no fuck me. Train tracks, make them kiss, pull, and whip. I need you to know that I just gave you a lot of power right now. Like, people are gonna lose their freaking minds when you pull that shit out. I can literally be walking, see that my shoe's untied, and tie it and not break stride. Like, I'm giving you the keys to the castle right now. Don't mess this up.
Keys to the castle. Thank you. She's so generous. Isn't that cool? Thank you for your attention to this matter. Yes. That's neat. I will try it. Isn't that amazing? What a cool girl. That's a pretty cool thing that she's got there. Oh, this is going to make you sick. And if you get any food from food processing plants in Minnesota, listen up to this guy.
I've seen that my former home state of Minnesota is currently in the news due to Trump and the Somalian issue. I worked at a major food production facility that supplies the United States and Canada with food. I watched as they brought Somalians in, and they began to urinate and defecate wherever they please within this food production facility plant.
Wow.
We had to put up signs explaining how to use the bathroom correctly, but yet it was never corrected. I seen as grown men wash their genitals within the sinks, made homemade bidets from the garbage in the break rooms, and then brought in a roach infestation to the plant.
Oh.
Once again, I will tell you this is a major food production facility and cannot shut down for anything. I did, however, have it shut down once for a lockdown due to one of them returning to the food processing facility with a knife. It's a real problem, and it's a major reason why I left Minnesota. I just want everyone to know that I hold no ill towards these people. It's not their fault. They come from somewhere that has a private problem and is ran by tribes. There's no rule of law. How do you expect them to integrate within modern society is beyond me. I do, however, blame the state of Minnesota. I watched as they brought these people in with the sole purpose of driving down the wage. They want to make wage slaves. People ask themselves, how is it that someone could work this job? How else will we get people to work here? Unless we bring in immigrants. You're holding them hostage. You are bringing these people in and holding them hostage. They are nothing more than a modern slave. I've seen it myself. As these poor people come.
He goes on and on, but basically made the point. So these Somalis that are working at this major food production facility that provides for America and Canada, these Somalis are defecating and peeing anywhere they want. This is, oh man. Processed food is losing all of its allure, don't you think? Oh my gosh. This guy is legit. Yeah, I can believe it. Oh, and Cap 78 Pack says that's what happened to the meat packing plants in Nebraska and closed their doors. Wow. Yeah, you bring the third world in, you become the third world. We can't be doing that. That's just my opinion. Oh, Representative Anna Paulina Luna put this out. Oh, mentally fit. Oh, he's mentally fit. Okay. Woman. Oh, that's a woman. Ew, really? Mostly peaceful. Oh, really? And fishing boat. They can't seem to get anything right. Do they? No. Jenna Griswold is going down, Colorado. Sources claim Pam Bondi is, well, sources claim. Well, let's see. Lock her up and free Tina Peters. Oh, there's the hurricanes. We're not going to watch that again. Here's the way the case was cracked. John Solomon always has the goods.
Mentioned, I think it was just before Thanksgiving on your show. I thought there would be an arrest this week. They were zeroing in on a gentleman whom they arrested this morning in Northern Virginia. And the way this case was cracked was about a month or 6 weeks ago. Bongino, who was the lead on it, and Patel decided to take the old agents off the case and put a new team on it. Now, there was a little resistance, as there always is in the FBI, to any form of change. But the new team came in. They applied some new ideas, some new technologies, and some of the evidence that was sitting right in front of them with fresh eyes was followed, and it was able to be led to this gentleman who they arrested a little bit ago. We don't know much about his ideology or his intentions or his motives yet. And one of the things that FBI officials stressed with me this morning is that this is really the beginning. The arrest is the beginning of trying to understand how this operation was conducted, who's behind it, whether there are more conspirators or whether this is a lone wolf. Still all of that to be determined, but a really extraordinary effort. Almost 5 years later, with a fresh set of eyes and a different approach, the FBI that couldn't solve the case for 4.5 years solves it, very much like the way the Charlie Kirk investigation occurred in the first few hours. There were a lot of FBI agents in old guard that didn't want to put the suspect's photo out, but Kash Patel and Bongino insisted that was going to be key to getting the father to flip. And they put the photo out, the father flips, and of course you get that arrest as we see. What you're seeing is a different mentality in the FBI, and that plays out in two different ways. First, you see successes that we haven't seen in a while, lots of arrests, cases solved that had not been solved for a long time, other cases which could have gone on for months being solved in 33 hours like Charlie Kirk's assassin. The second part is it results in a lot of whining from FBI people who think they know what's better. And you see that even in the Miranda Devine story earlier this week. You've got these grousers and grouchers because the truth of the matter is Donald Trump ordered Patel and Bongino to break glass at the FBI. They broke glass. And now the FBI is doing things differently. They're succeeding, but there are people who want to focus on the whining and crying, not actually the success of what the FBI has been doing. The way they solved this case was fresh thinking.
Here's what kind of strange credulity. In 5.5 years, and Dan comes in with cash, but Dan finally gets tired of it, puts on a new team. Yep. And I understand it's a fresh set of eyes, a different perspective, but it doesn't strain credulity to think that the original FBI team was really, and this is the problem with all of J6. Were they part of the problem? Because, to say that Bongino and these guys came in and in 6 weeks cracked the case is fantastic. But you sit there and go, particularly you see a lot of these former whistleblowers of people trashing cash every day. Yeah. Is the building just still adamantly opposed to cash, Bongino, and President Trump?
Oh, fewer and fewer people are opposed. There are even people that were opposed at the beginning, like this guy's just a talking head. He's not an FBI agent. And then you start solving cases, and people are like, oh, damn, hey, this is working. We're getting bad guys off the street. So there are 2 or 3 dynamics going on in the Bureau. The first is there are people that are still the deep state, and as Kash Patel and Dan Bongino find them, they throw them out, or they twist them in a way that they're required to show us what the deep state did the last 6 or 8 years that we didn't know about. Early on, there was some question, why was Kash Patel keeping certain people behind? Because those people wanted to keep their pension, and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino wanted to know what really went on, and they squeezed those people to find out what the dirty secrets were that existed from the Ray and Comey era, and that's how they found the burn bags, and they found all that stuff. So you have resistance. That resistance is growing less. The resistors now move to the outside. This report that, I think Miranda writes in the New York Post, it's an anonymous whistleblower report. It's kind of weird to have a study that doesn't have any names to it. But a lot of those people are gone, and they're grousing from the outside. Inside the building, the people that remain, there are new people coming in that are showing a new wave. Success is breeding trust. And all of a sudden, you got an FBI that's doing things. And there's a lot of unique things going on inside the FBI. It's remarkable to think that we've watched the Ukraine and Russia war take place, and all of these small drones creating incredible lethality, and have an FBI in America that until just a few months ago didn't have a counter drone program. Just think about that. Now there's a counter drone program. That's a major change. Agents who realize
what was that?
The chat is on the screen.
I know. I had it on there for a reason. I was going to talk about it as soon as this video is over, and it's over now. So, all right.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. That was Kathy again. So the BK is asking, how do we help monetize the channel? Super chats? Well, actually, they gave me my channel back, but I used to be monetized. Now I'm not monetized. So I have to literally get 4,000 hours worth of watch time. So I have to get enough people that equal 4,000 hours of watch time. And that takes a long time to do. And there's other things that I need to do to jump through more hoops. They should have given it back to me as it was, which was fully monetized. So you can't super chat unless it's monetized. It's not monetized right now. And BK says, love the phone calls. Yeah, isn't that cool? Checks to P.O. Box? Yes, there is. And if let me see here. Let's finish going through here, and I'll try and go over there to, I'll go beneath my, down in the notes below, and I'll show that on the air. But yeah, there's that. Oh, ever seen an island be birthed? Look at this. This is 2023. Just 1,000 kilometers south of Tokyo, Japan. That's how islands are born, folks. Look at that. Missimo. Look at that.
今日はほとんど海面にまで、マグマの頭の部分が達して、それで、連続的に、マグマが破砕して噴火が起きているという、そういう状況だと思います。溶岩流となって、島を覆い始める。で、覆うと今度は、波で、溶岩は、削られにくいので、島として残っていくわけですね。で、これは西之島でも過去に見られたことで、それと同じような経緯をたどっているように思います。
There it is. Mail me HG&P. That's my company, Hot Games and Puzzles. HG&P, Aaron, at P.O. Box 711, Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, 54235. And that's how you can get a hold of me through the mail. So thanks for inquiring about that. That's awesome. All right. Well, where were we here? Let's see. Biden's bank records. We all know that. This is great. Happy birthday, Dan. Maga Kitty. Happy 51st birthday to Dan Bongino. Wish him a happy birthday. Below, he's tagged. And to all Dan's haters, this is for you. Look at that. Don't you love this guy? He's so good. This is the place. Wait a minute. Yeah. That's about the... Oh, here's a nice little fishing boat here. Not a fishing boat. Look at 0 stories about 1 minute, less than a minute of stories on NBC about the big scandal. Now it's got up to 8 billion, not just 1 billion, 8 billion scammed off of the taxpayers of Minnesota. Sad, huh? Sick. These people are sick. Breaking: FBI has surrounded the home. Yep. Okay, we already saw all that. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Oh yeah. Well, here's the lamestream news. 2024. Illegals don't use benefits. 2025. How dare Trump take their benefits? Yeah. Narrative shift complete. Complete. It's Nancy Mace's birthday too. Happy birthday to her. And there's our last show. So there we go. We're done. We done. Oops. We're done. We are done. I want to thank everyone for coming along. Yes, that was a volcano eruption that turned into an island in 2023. On it. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. All righty then. Well, I want to thank everyone for coming by. And it was nice hearing from the BK again. It's always nice to hear from someone from the Mound Mohawks. And I don't care. They changed the name. It'll always be the Mohawks to me. And Mound. Yes. Named for the Indian burial mounds. We lived on top of one up in the Highlands, across the street from the lake. And and from my brother and my bedroom upstairs, we could see the lake. It's the only room in the house you could see the lake. But back then, Lakeview didn't mean much of anything at all, really. Not to us. I guess because it was everywhere. The lake was all around you. All around you. And Kathy says, good night, everyone. Oh. And I have to say thank you all so very much. You guys rock because you guys are the Truth Questers. That's why I do it. For you all. All righty, Aphrodite. Oh, and Chroniviewer is here. All right. Good to see you, Chroniviewer. Where was I? I got to make sure I get all of these. And then Darkbrain says, nice seeing you guys tonight. Good to see you too, buddy. And Darkbrain says, Catherine, nice seeing you. Have a good night. Isn't that nice? And the BK, amazing content tonight. Well, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. You know what? Maybe I could send it out with, did I tell you about the music that Johnny Burnett, he was a year behind us, and Ray did put together? Maybe we could close the show out with that. Thank you, Aaron, says Skylark. And then Darkbrain says, everyone, have a wonderful weekend. Yes, it's Friday, isn't it? Yeah. Cap 78 Pack, Peggy Dancer says, great show tonight, Aaron. Welcome to the old and new subscribers. God bless you all. Much love and peace in. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Peggy. That's beautiful. And I said, thank you also very much. You guys rock. And then Skylark says, good night, fellow truth questers. And the BK says, Highlands near Lake Minnetonka. Yeah. Highlands, right across the street from Lake Minnetonka. In fact, I lived at 3031 Highland Boulevard. And you can definitely see the lake from, because it's up on a hill. Like our front yard went down to the road, and then it went down again on the, our neighbors had like down to the, so it was a hill down. It's a beautiful area. Just a beautiful, beautiful. I used to ride my bike to Surfside every day. You'd coast downhill the whole way. Downhill, coast. On the way there, you're coasting. Then you swim all day long. Then you got to ride your bike uphill after. So it was quite the workout, I got to say. Yeah. The people across the street from us had lakefront property. And then Darkbrain says, hope you all have a great weekend. And then Catherine says, good seeing you too, Darkbrain. Hope you have a good night too. And then Chroniviewer says, hi, good to see everyone. Good to see you too, buddy. The BK, Our Lady of the Lake? No, I did not go to Our Lady of the Lake. That's the Catholic school. I did not go to the Catholic school. And then Buying says, thank you, Aaron. You're welcome, buddy. And the BK, we know it. Thank you, Aaron. Good night, all. Thanks, Jay Buying. And I'm going to go to my media assets and play a song from Isn't It Posh, which is Johnny Burnett and Ray Kramer. Okay? And say what you mean. Well, I want to thank you all so very much for coming along. We'll see you on Monday after the beautiful weekend. So until then, peace in. Remember, it's Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, because we're just downrange or strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. So keep your cameras pointed to the skies so you can take a picture of that crazy UFO and come on the Truth Quest and talk about it, because we'd love that. Alrighty then. We'll see you on Monday right around 9 p.m. Central Time. Peace in. World peace. It's coming. Peace in. Thank you.